Hey, everybody. Thank you for being on tonight. My name is Daniel Bernard, and welcome to our live presentation on beeducatedinyourhealth.com and our Life Vantage business opportunity. And so thankful that all of you could be on tonight. Of course, tonight as we start, as I mentioned, it is Life Vantage. So having said that, we will talk about the company in just a little bit. But we are at the forefront of something called nutrigenomics, which basically what that is that nutrition actually intersecting with your genome, your genes, right? And so, which is produces some unbelievable results that you're going to find out about. So just a real quick disclaimer there, guys, we're going to put on here. Basically, we're going to tell you that the presentation is not necessarily representative of the income, if any, that a distributor can or will or make through a Life Vantage compensation plan. Distributor success will depend on the individual diligence, work and effort, and market conditions. Life Vantage does not guarantee any incomes, rank, or success. And so that's that disclaimer. So so let's go ahead and let's start with my story. And as we can see here, basically just let you guys know that my wife and I, we go to the next couple slides there. And one more, go to the next one. So go back one. Yeah. So our story here is that, my wife and I were been in the ministry for many years. In fact, all our adult lives, and we never actually, been in business. Yeah. But a friend of ours who had acute fibromyalgia, he, shared with us that he could no longer claim medical disability because of this product that he was taking. And send us an ABC Primetime. Now, hopefully, if you're on tonight, you've seen that ABC Primetime. If not, make sure the person who invited you here, they can show that to you. It's powerful. But we saw this ABC Primetime. We said, wow, we never heard of this thing called oxidative stress. But if this is real, this could be really big. So long story short, guys, what we did is that we decided, man, this is incredible. This actually meets a basic human need. Everybody, every person on the planet and their pets have this thing called oxidative stress. And there's no other solution to it but this. And we said, what if we actually decided to get into business for the first time ourselves? And from that, we would be able to then earn an income that, and in doing so, in that income, if it comes to a place where it could replace our salaries at our nonprofit, that we would actually give back our salaries. And so that's exactly what we did 10 years ago. And so for the last 10 years, even though we continue in our ministry on a daily basis, we don't get paid through our ministry, which is a cool thing because that's a real blessing. It's a residual income in a sense and a residual fundraiser, I guess you'd say, for our nonprofit. So to say the least, we're very excited because it's really a win-win. We get to help bless other people in their health and share with them a unique one-of-a-kind product that nobody else has on the planet. And at the same time, because of our willingness to share it with others, we get compensated and we get blessed. And in that, we actually are then able to bless our organization. So it's awesome. And maybe you are out there and, you're in a church or you have a nonprofit of some sort that you want to bless and so forth. Maybe this is one way that you can do that by, getting in on the business side as we did. And earning a great income and being a blessing to those in that nonprofit organization or your church, what have you. So what is this all about? Well, first of all, I mentioned the term oxidative stress, and that's the problem. It's something that everybody has, and it's just a part of our, just basic physiology as you eat and exercise and work. And of course, other elements, the elements in our environment and so forth, they add to this thing called oxidative stress. But basically, what that is, you can see it's you look at this apple and it's rusting from the inside out. You can see when you cut an open apple, you see it begins to age, of course, and that's exactly what happens to us from the inside out. So oxidative stress, as we're going to share, is basically as a result of free radical damage. And so as we grow old, the enzymes that used to eliminate the free radicals in our bodies slow down and stop working. And so that's why they call them free radicals, because now there's nothing hindering them from doing the relentless damage on our bodies. And so that relentless damage over a period of time, ends up being diabetes and cancer and, heart disease and fibromyalgia, like I mentioned. And just, you can look there on the screen, you can see that it just encompasses every part of your body, your physicality there. And so oxidative stress is at the very center of why we disease, age, and die. So if you could eliminate that or lower that, then that's a really big deal, because we're talking about dealing with the very source and not just the symptom, which so many, as we know, pharmaceuticals do. So this is dealing with the very source and reason why we disease, age, and die. So how did we come up with the solution? Well, it came through a doctor by the name of Joe McCord. He discovered one of the enzymes that gets turned on is called superoxide dismutase, SOD for short. But when he discovered that, he said, wow, what this does is that it eliminates free radicals, but it needs to be activated because it's slowed down and it stopped working. And then he began the process of how can we then activate this enzyme. And so for that study and for that work, he won something called the Elliott Crescent Award. Now, think about the person that brought about flight, the Wright brothers, right? They won that award. Think about the person that is responsible for a lot of the communications by telephone, Alexander Graham Bell. He won that award. Yeah. And then, finally, want to think about, we're all driving cars today because of a guy named Henry Ford. Yes, he won the award. Are you getting it? Right? So basically what they were to their industries, that's what, Joe McCord has been now to this area called nutrigenomics again. So that's really powerful, guys. That's who he is. And what he found out was that he put together 5 herbs that work synergistically together that turns on those enzymes. So just thinking about it right now. So you have all these things called, free radicals. And what we take in the past is oranges, vitamin C, vitamin E, juices, berries to eliminate the free radicals. Okay. Again, the free radicals produce what? The oxidative stress. And so but what happens is that they only work on a 1-to-1 basis. For every one antioxidant molecule it produces, it'll only eliminate 1 free radical and then it's done. But here what happens is that this Protandim with the 5 herbs, that what it does is that it actually penetrates the cell through a pathway called NRF2, and then it sends a signal to these enzymes that have stopped working, and it tells them basically, hey guys, go back to work. And they get turned on. We flip the switch. And when that switch is flipped, then they get turned on and they begin to act, guess what? Just like they did when you were in your teens. That's right. And this is not me talking. This is the science talking, okay? So when those enzymes are turned on, listen to this. The SOD, the glutathione and so forth, they turn on and they produce and turn on the enzymes, and they eliminate up to 1 million free radicals every second. Per second. Wow. So 1-to-1 or 1-to-1 million. And just a sidebar here, when you're thinking about a business, think about it, that a $30 billion antioxidant industry, and this literally works 1 million times better than that. Yeah, that's powerful. So basically what you had at the University of Colorado at Denver, they did a study between 18 years old and 78 years old, and they drew their blood, and then they measured the oxidative stress level in their blood. And then after taking the product for 30 days, they measured their blood again. And guess what? They found that they couldn't tell whose blood was whose, right? Because when those enzymes go back to work, they work just like they did when you were in your teens. And so what we can say is that we can eliminate oxidative stress up to 40%, basically on an average in everybody. Now that's awesome because, again, when you think about it, oxidative stress is at the very center of why we disease, age, and die. And you can lower that up to 40%. No other product on the planet, this is the one of a kind, can say that. So scientifically, wow, that is unbelievable. And that's what we got our hands on and what we get the opportunity to share with so many people. That's why, obviously, we're so excited. So, you can see there's the 5 herbs: ashwagandha, bacopa, green tea, milk thistle, and turmeric. Yeah, things you've all heard of, right? but it's not about what those individual parts do, but it's what happens as a whole, because they're just a little bit, the dosage of each and every one of them, but combined, they're very powerful, and they penetrate and, they eliminate. Notice one thing that I want you to just real quick on this slide, you'll see, again, one of the enzymes that turns on, got catalase, and then you have this glutathione. Glutathione is huge. It's like the mother detoxer, right? So, but also this actual enzyme, Dr. Keller from Yale University noted that, yes, that every cancer patient is deficient of glutathione, and this will increase glutathione up to 300%. I had a good friend of mine whose wife had just went down to Mexico, and because she had breast cancer and they were getting some special treatment. When he came back and I said, I'm going to guess what they did. They gave you shots of glutathione. He said, yeah, how'd you know? I said, because I know, because our that's what our product does. It turns on the enzyme called glutathione, which every cancer patient is deficient of. So I said, you can either take like a $1,200 shot of glutathione ever so often, or have your own body start producing glutathione again by taking our product, right? And so it's a no-brainer. So yes, so we're not saying we can cure, prevent, or mitigate cancer, but just connect the dots, guys. If every cancer patient is deficient of glutathione and this increases glutathione 300%, bingo, right? I think that's what I think, that if you're inclined in any way to cancer, you want to be on this product. And of course, and many other reasons why as well. So let's go to our next, and you'll see that we have all those university studies I talked about, 28 university peer-reviewed studies, Ohio State, LSU, Harvard Medical, University of Florida, so forth. 4 studies done on the heart, sponsored by the American Heart Association. Do I need to say more about credibility, right? Unbelievable. There you have it, guys, in spades. So yeah, so there you have that. So, but then we're going to combine that, because what we've done now is added like a trio. We call it the Tri-Synergizer. We combine Protandim with a couple other products. And so we can go to the slide there and show that one of them is called, what it helps to do is that helps to repair and grow the mitochondria. All right. And that's really important. So let's go to that next slide, and you'll see those 3 of them. And so there it is. That's the Tri-Synergizer. One helps to repair and grow the mitochondria. The other helps to actually increase the NAD. NAD is tied to the sirtuins. The sirtuins are what they call the proteins that manage every cell. And so basically without that, then what's going to happen is that you're going to have a dysfunctional cell. And so in other words, so your cells are not going to function properly. And so things are going to go out of whack. And so combined, what we find that each one of these have their own abilities as far as repairing and growing mitochondria, helping to grow within 48 hours and your NAD to its fullest 100%. But when you combine these together, then again, that synergistic effect happens. Now we're looking at lowering oxidative stress by 70%. And so, so it's everything just begins to multiply when you begin to use them as a trio. Got some great testimonies. We're going to have a guy named Hugh Young on. He's going to share his effect with using them here in the next week or so. But check that out. That's our Tri-Synergizer. And then we have our whole family of products based on the same technology. Again, penetrating the cell and helping then with the NRF2 activation, help us in so many other areas. So you can look in the next slide and see the whole family of LifeVantage products there. And it's from the omega-3 with vitamin D in it, a pre and probiotic, which my friend Dr. Hugh, he says it is the best on the market today. Axio, the energy, we're going to talk about that in just a second. But basically, all of our products are what we call clean products. Now, in the next slide, you can see that there's an app. I would encourage you to get it, have some fun. It's called Think Dirty. Get that app on your phone and then take some products that are in your home and put them in there, the name of the product, and see how dirty or clean they actually are. And, see if they have, how many chemicals they have in them, what have you. Now 0 to 2 is like really good, excellent. And you start getting above that and so forth, it starts getting really bad. And all of LifeVantage products, all those that you saw there, are between a 0 and a 2. Super clean products, super effective and healthy, all natural products is what we bring to you. And some of those, just real quickly, we take Protandim, and you can see these pictures here, and we put it in a lotion form for the largest organ in your body, your skin. So yes, we have we call it the True Science Beauty Regimen, and it's the only skin care with NRF2 activation in it. But you can see here with the wrinkles in the one gal's face, the long lines, and then eczema, psoriasis, burns, skin tags, you name it. We've seen all kinds of testimonies about how it's helped in that regard. So awesome product. My wife calls it the boo-boo cream because we even use it on our kids with burns or scrapes and what have you as well. So it's really fantastic. The other product I want you to just really quickly note is our hair care. And quite frankly, my dad's hair at 53, when he passed, I mean, his head was really thinned and it had, more balding than me. Of course, I'm at 65 now, but it's really helped my hair become much fuller and helped me, stunt at least the loss of more hair. And so I'm really happy about that. But you can see the hair growth and see the beautiful full hair that a lot of these ladies are displaying here. It's a fantastic product. You could probably build a whole business just around this product alone. So, and then finally, we talked about that, our Axio. Now, you can see on this chart here, I don't know if we can blow that up or anyway, but we can see on there, on the left-hand side, this is a child with ADHD, and he's taking Protandim, and he's taking the decaffeinated Axio. That's our all-natural energy drink. Very, very powerful. But in here, it helps with brain clarity and brain focus. And you can see that right here. Look at the example it shows on the left-hand side of his writing, very scribbly and so forth. And then on the right-hand side. And so this is something that came from Dr. Huey, one of his patients. So it's very, very powerful in that regard as well. Of course, my wife and I, we take it every afternoon. Certainly gives us that lift. Now, you guys go to see a movie, you go to get a good restaurant, and you're going to tell folks about it, right? That's what we do, because we want other people to enjoy what we enjoyed. Well, in the same way, that's how this business works. We want to share this with you, and if you find it like we did, let's share it with so many other people. Again, because you got 7.5 billion people on the planet, all of them have oxidative stress. So all of them, in my view, need our products. So when you hear something good like you're hearing tonight, you're going to want to share it. And guess what? The great thing is we can get compensated for doing that. And so let's talk about that a little bit. We want to go ahead and answer some questions here. First of all, about our company, you can see that it's publicly traded on the NASDAQ. You know what it takes to have a company publicly traded and traded on the NASDAQ? You got all kinds of scrutiny, guys. So we've got a higher bar. We're scrutinized by the Security Exchange Commission. And so the finances and stuff we're going to share with you, how to pass through that before we can share these numbers with you. All right. And so it's not privately held, it's publicly held. You can see all the good and the bad and the ugly about our company right there publicly. We went from, in just 4 years, from 3 million in sales to 200 million in sales. And we're about $250 million now. So we're debt free. We got about $30 million sitting there in the bank, supposedly, or we actually produce. And we're actually in now 27, going to be launching into the Philippines, 27 countries here come November 16th. So having said that, as you're thinking about what are the next steps here? The next thing is that you find, okay, it's a good company, but is it something that's meeting, the kind of the needs of today? Is it trending today? And you can look upon here and you go like, absolutely is. I'm telling you, this is what we call it, like a COVID-free business. It's not bound to the brick and mortar thing. In all those 27 countries that we're talking about, the Philippines and the UK and Australia and Spain and Canada and Mexico, all those countries, guess what? You don't have to worry about the product going to any of them. The company takes care of that. So right from your own living room, you can have a business and have customers in each and every one of those countries. Now that's phenomenal. So, I mean, just like you see the disruptor of that Uber take place in the taxi industry and so forth, that's what this is. This is kind of like a disruptor kind of an industry into the pharmaceutical world and all that. So right from your home, people are thinking about two things, right? They're thinking about, in this COVID era, they're thinking about, how can I make some extra income without relying upon the brick and mortar stuff kind of business? And how can I stay healthy? And so this is it. Now, you're going to ask yourself now, how much is it? how can I get involved, and how much money is going to involve, and how can I get that money back, and so forth, right? Well, can I do it? That's one of the big ones. Can I do it, right? So we're going to answer all those questions that you see right there, okay? So having done that, let's talk about these various questions that we can answer right now. All right. So, how do you get into the business? Number one, you get in through the Premier Pack. Now, the Premier Pack is basically a pack like we talked about, where you're just kind of dip. You're kind of like saying, I'm not sure quite yet. I'm just want to, see how it goes here. So let me get all the products. Let me start getting on the products and so forth. And so you get a good number of the products for sure to start the business. You get on it so you can be a testimony of taking the product yourself. And but that packet, it's only $300. So obviously, but you get your own replicated website right away, and you're good to go. You're up and running. So the next packet is really kind of more for those people who are serious about building a business. And you can see you get multiples of all the product, which is powerful. So you can share it, you can give it away, you can sell it, retail, and so forth. And then of course, so you get all the products, and you get all the training, $1,200 worth of years worth of training. Obviously, if you're going to go into a business and you're going to make money, you're looking at learning about the whole new industry. So with that industry, then of course you're looking at then needing that proper training in order to be successful, and that's what they give you basically for free for coming in at the elite package. Now, how do you get your money back? Well, number one is that we have 6 ways. We have 6 ways that you get paid. And so the initial commission that you make when you enroll people is 40%. Actually, it can go up to more than that, but just think about that. So when you think about the Premier Pack or the Elite Pack, what happens is that pack, if you enroll 3 other people in that very same pack that you came into, then you get your money back. So enroll 3 and you've got your return on your investment. Now, and that can happen within the first month. Just think about it, guys. Where can you go get involved in a global business for $1,000 and get your money back, return on your investment in a month? That's crazy. But that's how it is. Usually, in your typical brick and mortar, you're looking at 2, 3, or more years before you get the return on your initial investment. So this is awesome. And that's what we pay out. And again, sometimes if you'll actually enroll 5 people or more in that same month, that number of 40% goes all the way up to 70%. Unbelievable. That's why this has been voted one of the best compensation plans in network marketing for several years. Now, the next one is called the royalty bonus. I love to share this because I like to show people how they get their money back fast, and then they how to make the big money. We call it the royalty commission. That's the mailbox money. That's the Michael Jackson money. That's the Elvis money. They did the work. They produced the movies or the DVDs or the song, and they continue to get paid. Well, that's what we want. We want that money to continue to get paid. So when we start this business, what we try to do is we want to encourage you to get your first 5 people. Now, think about when you saw that whole line of product, those 5 people, if they're on at least $200 worth of product, 5 times 200 is $1,000. On the first level in this compensation plan, in this particular bonus, it's at 2%. And so now you're going to make $20. And that's not a lot of money, right? But we'll all take it, $20 coming into the mail, right? But here's the deal. What's really powerful is that you got your team. You got your 5 people. And what we do, we get around you and your team, and we help them to do what you did. They got 5. So now if they do that, that 5 becomes 25. Again, if they're all at $200 worth of product on a monthly basis, that puts you now at $5,000 a month. And then at $5,000 a month at 5%, now you're going to get paid $250. Let's just keep on going. Let the 25 get 5. That's 125 at 200. Now you're at $25,000 worth of product coming through your business center. And on the third level, they pay you 9%. So now on that third level, you're going to make $2,250. But wait, yeah, they add up all the levels. 20, the 250 and the 2,250, $2,570 on the third level. That's $30,000 a year. Now, for some people, that might be replaceable money, right? But just for grins, guys, let's go to just one more level, okay? If we go one more level to the 4th, at the 125, we're going to 5. Now they're at 625 distributors at $200. Now that's $125,000 of product coming through your business in totality. Now listen to this. That's 6,250. And again, you add up all the levels, a total of $8,770 coming in that month for you. And check this out. That's only the fourth level. There are 9 levels. We're not even halfway through this bonus, and you're making 6 figures, right? On one bonus out of a total of 6 bonuses, right? So that is unbelievable. So guys, this is like huge, huge, huge. Now, what does that result in? Let's take a look at their earned income statement, right? So all these bonuses and so forth, you can see in the middle ranks there, especially, I want to show that to you. If you go to the middle ranks there and look at like Pro 4, at Pro 4, now this is where you're still doing it part-time. And by the way, it's you determine when that part-time happens too. You don't punch somebody else. You're your own boss. You don't punch the clock for somebody else. But at Pro 4, you're at $1,496. Well, that's pretty good part-time money, right? Again, flexible time. At Pro 5, you're at $3,000 a month. And then let's go down to the elite levels. At Pro 7, you're at $13,000. And then Pro 8, where we at, is at $25,000 a month. Wow. And then, of course, all the way to the top, you get to Executive Master Pro 10. You're talking about making $132,000 a month, or obviously, 7-figure incomes. Now, this is you determine, as you look at this, you say, this is where I need to be to get where I want to go in life. And our job is to set together a plan and help you to get there. Okay. So that's what we plan to do. That's how we want to help you. Those numbers are real. Those are actual numbers. Again, Security Exchange Commission won't let me share that with you unless they've had vetted them and saying, yes, you can share that because those are real, right? Okay, so let's answer that next question and talks about, hey, can I do it? Because the answer is yes, you can, because we have a system that you can follow, okay? So let's show that slide. In that system of can I do this, you can say we have basically a 3-step system with our launch guide. We call it the ITT, Invite Tool Team, and we'll instruct you how to do that. But we also have a blueprint that shows you how you build your business step by step. One-on-one training, that's what we're going to do. So it's duplicatable. Then we have weekly virtual trainings, monthly regional trainings, and then our national convention. And if all those guys are in Florida, guess what? In February, it's coming here to Orlando. So we're really exciting. We're going to blow that thing up. So but we have a system. If you follow the system, just like anything else. I went to London. I saw all these McDonald's everywhere. I'm going like, how did McDonald's get everywhere in London here? Well, they had a system. And that's the way they can scale their business to a global business. And that's how we're doing it here in LifeVantage, okay? Hands-on, and yet at the same time, virtual and so forth. Now, you can have all that, but if you don't have the timing, then we're in trouble, right? So the timing is now. Now we're like 11 years old, so we've been able to go through all the bumps and bruises of getting to this point here. And where we're at right now, as I mentioned to you, we're around $240 million in sales on an annual basis. We're right around 70,000 distributors. And what does that mean? That we're right at critical mass. And what's important about that is this. When you're at that place of critical mass, that means that you're about to go through an explosive stage in your business. We call it momentum. And that's where 80% of the money, or the growth rather, that takes place in the company takes place during that period, that lifespan called momentum. And so just think about it. If we're at $250 million and we experience 80% growth, yes, that means we're $1 billion company. And if you're in now, that means you can help us celebrate and be a part of that growth. That's where you want to be. You don't want to be way up there at the top of that. Quite frankly, you have Herbalife and Amway, and those are all good companies, and they preceded us, and we thank God for them. But the bottom line is this: their tremendous growth period is over with, and you want to catch the company like we are right there at the bottom of that scale, and work with us as we grow to the top, that we can become and that have the success of an Amway and so forth, that is now an $8 billion company. So that's where we are, and you can join us now tonight. Hopefully you've seen enough there's more things you can learn all about the products and everything else. You can get with the person that invited you, and maybe the business isn't for you, but we know that everybody has oxidative stress, so we know the product is for you. All right. But either way, whether you're a business partner or a customer, you're a part of the LifeVantage family, and we want to welcome you to be a part of this very positive, uplifting culture that we have, where we're making people healthy and making people wealthy, and doing it in a way that's full of integrity and something I believe that you'd want to be a part of. So thank you for tonight. Thank you for being with us. And again, get back with that person that invited you and get with them. And of course, my wife and I are always available to help you in any way. If you have any questions for us, please let us know. So God bless you. Thank you for your time tonight.